The man in the static. I don't know how long this post will stay up. If it gets deleted, fine. At least I'll have written it down somewhere. I need to share this before things get worse. Because if I'm right, I don't have much time left. 3 weeks ago, I moved into a new rental house. New isn't really the right word. The place is old, sagging floors, peeling wallpaper, the faint smell of mold no matter how much I clean. The kind of house you look at and instantly know has history. I didn't ask. Cheap rent doesn't come with explanations. The landlord was this short, tired-looking man in his 60s. When he handed me the keys, he made some offhand comment. If the old TV acts up, just unplug it. Power surges. That should have been my first warning sign. The TV, he meant, sat in the living room, a massive, ancient thing with a thick glass screen and big plastic dials instead of buttons. It looked like it belonged in a museum, not a rental house in 2025. He told me it didn't work, that he just never bothered hauling it out. He was wrong. The first night, after unpacking boxes, I heard it. The faint hiss of static, that whispery white noise we all grew up with. I stepped into the living room, and sure enough, the TV was on, even though it wasn't plugged into the wall. The screen glowed faintly in the dark, static, gray and restless, flickering across the glass. I stared at it for a long time. Just when I was about to walk away, the static shifted. At first, I thought it was my eyes playing tricks. But no, there was something in it. Shapes, lines, a face, blurry, pale, grainy, but undeniably human. He didn't move his mouth, but I swear I heard something. Whispering, buried under the static. Words I couldn't quite make out. I pulled the cord out of the wall again. The screen went dark. Problem solved, right? Except the next morning, when I came back into the living room. The static was back. The TV wasn't even plugged in. I laughed it off at first. Told myself it was leftover electricity, or maybe the landlord was right about some kind of power surge. But the more I stared at the screen, the more the whispers gnawed at me. That night, I dragged the TV into the corner and covered it with a blanket. Out of sight, out of mind. It didn't work. 2 nights later, I was brushing my teeth when I heard again that same faint hiss of static. Except this time, it wasn't coming from the living room. It was coming from behind me. I froze, toothbrush halfway out of my mouth, and looked up. The bathroom mirror wasn't reflecting me. It was filled with static, and in it, him. Closer this time. The pale man from the TV. His lips moved, slow and deliberate. I still couldn't make out the words, but the sound was inside my head, soft and insistent. I bolted, leaving the sink running, the toothbrush clattering to the floor. When I returned in the morning, the mirror was normal again. It didn't stop. Every reflective surface in the house started glitching. My phone screen, dark window panes, even a puddle on the kitchen tile. At night, they didn't show reflections. They showed static. And in that static, the man was always there, watching, closer. Each night, he came nearer. At first, he was far in the background, then shoulders, then arms, then that face, pale, hollow-eyed, with a grin that looked too wide, too stretched, like his skin had forgotten how to fit his skull. I stopped looking in mirrors. I left my phone screen cracked just so I wouldn't see it go dark. But it didn't matter. One night, desperate, I called my friend Sam. He's a rational type, the one who believes in science and nothing else. I figure if anyone could talk me down, it was him. I told him everything. He was quiet for a long time before finally saying, "You need sleep? That house is messing with you. Hallucinations happen when you're stressed." "I'm not hallucinating, Sam. It's real." "Then prove it. Take a picture." I almost laughed, because of course I tried, dozens of times. Every time, the photo came out normal, just my face, the mirror, nothing wrong. No static, no man. Last night was the worst. I woke up around 3 a.m. to the sound of static, louder than ever before. It wasn't just the TV. It wasn't just the mirror. It was everywhere, filling the whole house, buzzing in my ears, vibrating in my teeth. The bedroom mirror glowed faintly in the dark. The man wasn't just flickering in static anymore. He was clear, solid, pale skin stretched too tight, empty black eyes. That grin, jagged with too many teeth. He raised his hand, and then he pushed it through glass. I'll never forget the sound, like bones snapping and metal tearing at the same time. His fingers, too long, with too many joints, scraped against the floorboards as he pulled himself out. I ran. I didn't even grab my shoes. Barefoot, I sprinted out the front door and into the street. I didn't stop until I was 2 blocks away. I sat there until dawn, shivering, barefoot, people staring at me like I was crazy. When I finally went back, the bedroom mirror was cracked straight down the middle, like something had forced its way halfway through and then been shoved back. The old TV in the living room? Gone. I didn't move it. I thought maybe the landlord had come by and taken it. But when I called him, he swore he hadn't set foot on the property. That was 2 days ago. Since then, I've been staying awake, keeping every light in the house on. The static's quieter when the lights are on. It's still there, just muffled, like it's waiting. I'm typing this on my laptop, trying to ignore the way the screen flickers every few minutes. I know if I look too long, I'll see him. And just now, as I typed that, the screen flashed. For a split second, it wasn't my reflection. It was his, grinning, closer than ever. I don't think I can unplug him this time.